Okay, I did a video on my pantry just now, so I thought I'd just shoot another one before I forget. I like these little sugar things. If you know the company that I am getting ready to show you, ignore it. This is not a sponsored video by them, but this particular company, trying to cover the initials, this particular company does sell a 2-pack of these. And here, I'll just go ahead and grab out my other container so you guys can see that as well. Okay, and I went ahead and I had to use both hands to take the lid off. So I actually have 2 of them in this container, but unfortunately the other is covered. This is not the same company that made the other ones, the other 2-pack, unfortunately. So I made a mistake, and over the Christmas holidays, I don't know where that other one is, but it's in there. But if you guys can see, the brown sugar is, let me grab a spoon. Okay, let me grab a spoon. So the brown sugar is nice. It moves very, very nicely. It's a very nice consistency, and it's not hard. But if you've ever had brown sugar, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, and you'll see that this one's very soft too. It moves around nicely. It's not hard. Well, maybe a little bit, but I mean, it's not crunchy hard. It's just, you want to make sure you're using an airtight container to store. I had a few clumps. I just poured this in. It was brand new. So this one's actually still kind of wet because it is brand new. Now, I use these little sugar. This is a different company. I found this at a cute little gift shop at an arboretum. It's actually called Minnetrista over in Muncie, Indiana. They have plants, and it's like a little museum, and it's really cute. But they have like a little cute gift thing, and I found this, so I purchased it. I have a 2-pack of these. So there's actually 2 in this container. One of them is buried somewhere down in here, but that wasn't actually technically on purpose. It's fine. Then I only have 1 in the smaller container. If I had another one, I would love to put another one in there, but I don't. So I like to store my brown sugar in airtight containers because it keeps it from getting hard. Now, some of you are going to go, Ginger, there's no difference between light brown sugar and dark brown sugar in most recipes. You're right, except for at Christmas time, I had a little bit of I messed up. Had a little bit of light brown sugar left, wasn't paying attention, poured the dark brown sugar in, and I was like, no big deal. Well, my chocolate chip cookies came out a little darker than I wanted them to because I used dark brown sugar instead of the light brown sugar. So I may or may not worry about it when I get down to the bottom of this. If I can get a clean line, I may move it over. Honestly, if not, I'll just use this until all this is gone down here. No big deal. But if I need dark brown sugar and a recipe and I use a little bit of light brown sugar, it's probably not going to change it. But my cookies were a darker cookie because of the dark brown. I did 2. I did 1 with using light brown sugar and dark brown sugar, the other. And you could definitely tell that I'd accidentally had dark brown sugar in the recipe because the others look like normal chocolate chip cookies. So it does make a slight difference depending on what you're fixing. The taste is not any different as far as everybody else was concerned. Everybody said both cookies tasted equally as wonderful. But if you've never ever used one of these little brown sugar savers, if you will, you can find them on Amazon probably. I found these at Minnetrista. The directions do say to soak them for 20 minutes or so, and then you put them in your brown sugar, and then the brown sugar kind of keeps like a little bit of liquid in it, but not water. You can't just pour water in here and say, bam, you're done. But this is a terracotta material, and just something happens and it keeps the moisture in your brown sugar, but not too much moisture. So it doesn't harden up. It doesn't get big black looking chunks of hard brown sugar. So if you've never bought a sugar keeper, You can probably find them, and I can try to find them on Amazon, maybe put a link in the description below maybe. But if you've never used them, these are really great. I have, like I said, I have 2 in this big container. One is buried somewhere in the container, and the other, of course, is in here. And this is a new container. I bought a smaller one just because I just had a smaller container of sugar. But, I mean, if I need to, I can always flip these containers over if one gets empty. No big deal. But this is like one of the regular bags of brown sugar at the store you get of the no-name whatever brand. And then this was just a bigger bag, so I just put it in that container. And like I said, I did mix the two. No harm, no foul, but after the cookie fiasco, I did decide to go ahead and go buy me some more light brown sugar. But guys, I bake, like my cake flour, there's certain recipes that you want cake flour. There are certain recipes that I like to use bread flour. I had my bread machine out the other day, and it actually told me, it was a King Arthur recipe, actually told me to use regular all-purpose flour instead of bread flour. But I do a lot of baking, and each type of flour that I have in my pantry actually has a use for, and yes, it does get used. So it's not just in there to be beautiful, but my baking shelf, I'm just in love with it, and I have been for a long time. So anyway, if you've never tried these, maybe try these. There's some of them are bird shaped, some of them are just circle shaped. You don't necessarily have to. You can go online. This company here, again, not a sponsored video, but I did purchase the circle ones from them. It came 2 in a box, and I think they were under $10, but don't quote me on that. And so it's not necessarily I like one over the other. It's just I knew a friend of mine sells this brand of stuff, and I have a bunch of their stuff here in my kitchen that I used to bake with, and I knew I needed a couple more because if it's a smaller container, one seemed to be enough. But I did start noticing that I was having a little bit of a problem down lower with some of the middle brown sugar. And so I did put 2, and I went ahead and one's down underneath here somewhere, and then one I keep at the top. So anyway, go ahead, and if you're having problems, or if you're a baker and you're not baking often, go ahead and get a sugar keeper. I will try to find you guys a link for Amazon, and hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. But if you're a baker and you have problems and you don't know how to store brown sugar, this is the way I store my brown sugar. So hope this helps, guys. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.